environment
Yeah,
is like judgy, 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 judgy. You don't know the difference. And then someone
yeah.
comes in and just
And
appreciates us. Go ahead.
mm, no,
Where you gonna
yeah, I agree. I agree. It becomes clear for me, there's two type of people in this world. The one is, oriented from inside out, and the other is from outside in. So when you
Mhm.
communicate with one who always see from outside in, it's like, it's impossible to make them, it came to the point, each time when I'm pointing out something from my wife, my ex, I had to tell her that, I'm not perfect. I make a lot of faults myself and all that. It's not for judging her. It's not. I have, you know, because not to wake her, this because it always ended up she pointed the finger back at me. Although I say, hey, I'm not judging you. You're not making, it's not a big thing. I just want to tell you that, it's like when you're sitting having dinner for the person in front of you, they don't know that they don't notice that they have something on their chin or on the nose, just pointing for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then her reaction would also be defensive. So yeah, but I can see now that it was unresolvable because I was looking from inside out and she was looking from in. It's our yeah, what um orientation. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
So
I've
this,
come to learn, Chi,
Mm-hmm.
is when you raise your vibration, when you become a better version of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
comments don't bother you. Like, I live with someone, my friend, she lives with me part-time.
Mm-hmm.
She's quite messy and she
Mm-hmm.
leaves clutter everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But now when I see the clutter, I just feel really calm. Before I'd be in my mind, oh, clutter. But now I'm really calm
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't affect me anymore. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, just,
you're
and
right.
like now
Yeah.
because I've changed myself, I don't feel that bite anymore. And because my
Yeah.
internal was changed, I've noticed that she's changed. Like,
mhm.
I
yeah,
agree.
she's
I agree.
changed. Like,
Yes.
and when you reach a new vibration, if
Yes.
someone's on a low vibration, but you
Yes.
choose to still have them in your life because you love them,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
you can use your vibration to lift that other person up without it taken away from you. Like my
Mhm.
friend, sometimes she's sitting here and I feel this like negative energy off her,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't affect me, it doesn't attach to me anymore. I just
Yeah.
use my vibration and make her laugh and it lifts
Yes.
her up. But you can do that without it taken away from you.
Mm-hmm.
That's been one of my like biggest lessons in just the calmness, like
Mm-hmm.
because my friend she lives with me part-time, she's got a disability, so she can
Mm-hmm.
do stuff, but she gets tired and stuff. So I know the
Yeah.
clutter, if she had more energy, she would do it. So it's just like this compassion, more
Yeah.
compassion for her. And she's like a really big teacher. She's teaching me compassion, she's teaching me
Mm-hmm.
patience, she's teaching me that I can hold myself in a high vibration and lift others up. She's teaching me that I can have people who are low vibration in my life and I can use my high vibration to lift them up without taking away from me. She's
Yes.
helping me to find balance in my own needs and the needs of others. Like she's such a big teacher.
Mhm.
But
Beautiful.
it's like
Beautiful. Yeah.
blaming the other person. It's not the other person, it's how you feel inside because say even if your wife did say something, if you feel that peace and that within
Mm.
yourself, that wouldn't bother you to stay calm and it'd be like, okay. So it's something within
My
you, not her,
yeah.
not her. Yeah.
So there's a
That's
there's
a
a
beautiful.
link in the chat
Mm.
that um, you can use that link to help you be aware
Mm-hmm.
of your saboteurs, how your judge shows up.
Mm.
And you can, it just makes you really be aware.
Mm.
And like Ian was saying, like when you're aware, that something's agitating you, you don't
Mm-hmm.
have to become it. You can
Mm-hmm.
turn on your sage. You can turn
Yeah.
on your Zen.
Mm.
And for me, when I saw it from this perspective, it gave me like, I know I want to be a good person, but I didn't have the tools. Like they were elusive if I even knew they were there at all. I don't think I knew they were there. But now I
Mm.
had a go-to tool, like Ian was saying,
Yeah.
to turn on your Zen, you
Yeah.
know?
Amazing. I like it.
I love the example that Ian gave. It's I have similar experience with my daughter. Now that I'm uh, just giving her the space, and yeah, she's messy. She leaves clothes all over. She's not. I used to tell her, why don't you pick your clothes up? Why don't you clean your room and all that? No, I just leave her. Just trying to be pleasant in the moment with her, And the other day I came back home and saw that she was, on her knees in the bathroom, scrubbing the bathtub. I said, what? I didn't tell her to do that. So yeah, just by leaving
It's
her, just yeah. But
it's the way you say things as well, like because you can say something, but people feel the body language. It's like the tone. If like my friend's here and I'm like, can you put that stuff away? And I say in that tone of voice, she gets like pissed off. But if I say, oh, would you mind putting that stuff on the door? And I say it really calmly and she does it. So it's a tone as well. It's the body language because people feel that
yeah,
like I'll say to
right,
her, oh,
yeah.
like, because she loves tea. So I'll say, oh, I'll make you a cup of tea. Can you put your meds away while I make you a cup of tea? And she's like, oh, yeah, I want a cup of tea. Then she puts them away. But if I'm
Mm,
like, put them fucking meds away, they're doing my head in, your clutter, you're messy. She's like, you know what I mean?
mm,
So it's just saying it in a nice way, like, oh, I'm going to go and make you a cup of tea. Would you please put your meds in the drawer while I'm doing it? And then she does it. It's like, it's the way you say it, it's a tone as well.
mm.
Yeah,
Just a
and
new
that,
level of stillness and calmness is just wow. Yeah, sorry.
no,
Yeah.
thank you. That tone can actually antagonize their inner judge as well. So, do you want to feed their inner judge? No, you don't want to give that inner judge more ammunition to be defensive, to be argumentative. So, speaking to your roommate or, Chi, you speaking to your daughter, we want to not let things come out of us that's going to feed that wow
Mm,
undesirable judge in them, because then they'll have all of that to deal with too.
mm,
So my friend, she's a perfectionist, so I know that. So yeah, when you notice
yeah.
stuff like perfectionist and stuff, you see it. It's like they're easier to live with people. Because I know she's a perfectionist, and any criticism, she's like in her mind. So I see it.
Mhm.
So just the way I say it has changed massively. Just the way I say it, my tone is just completely changed the way she reacts to
Mm.
it.
See if you can grab that link that I put in the chat, Chi,
Yeah, yes.
and we can you can hit me up directly and we can just walk through it sometimes. Okay.
Yeah. I got it now.
Ah,
Thank you. Yeah.
Mhm.
How we self-sabotage. Yeah. Thank you.
Mhm.
love you, G. Happy for you.
Love you. This is the power of being in a group. Yeah. We can reflect, we can learn, and we can get new perspective. And I'm grateful for that.
So am
It's the
I.
power of love.
Sing it, baby. Sing it. Come on. Throw your head back and bellow it out. It's the
'Cause
power
I'm
of love.
your lady. Bum, bum, bum. And you are my man. The power of love. Dun.
Yeah.
Ah,
So I don't
I
know if
like
anyone
laughing.
else has these kind of moments,
Mhm.
but they're nice little moments. I was walking from my living room into my bedroom. I really, it's a short little hall. And I was like, I'm all right. I am all right. I like who I am. I love this space between the living room and the bedroom. I just caught a space of myself.
That's self-compassion.
I get that too. I've started
Yeah.
getting that, like, look in the
Yeah.
mirror and I look in my eyes and it's like I can just see the beauty in my eyes and it's like, wow, how beautiful I am. And like just a random thought, like how proud I am of myself. And yeah, I get that too. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Try looking in the mirror, Cinderella, and looking in your eyes and just seeing like the love in your eyes. Like it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
it
I don't
goes
do
past the
that enough.
physical. Goes
Yeah.
past the physical. If you look into your eyes and you just see the beauty and it goes past the physical, it's like, wow. And I like my own energy now as well. Like, I just love my energy. I love my inner child energy. I really like it. It makes things fun. I've got this real childlike quality and I really like it. I like it a lot.
And if you see something you don't like, right? You I innately have the magic to dispel what we don't like and create love. Like we can just, it's a choice.
It's like I'll give an example. Yesterday morning, I woke up and I felt sick, nausea,
Mhm.
but I was fine. I just felt compassion for myself. I didn't feel victimhood. I didn't feel sorry for myself. Yeah, I stayed in bed because that's what I wanted to do. But I didn't feel that victimhood, that feeling sorry for myself. It was just like, hello, nausea. And then it went.
Yeah, yeah. Hello, nausea. It's like
Mhm.
And then, yeah,
sometimes things just need recognition, right? And get that same energy that was causing you nausea to be empathized to the point of turning it around for that energy to work for you instead of against you. Wow.
well, just like this gives you an opportunity to sit in silence because I want to practice that more. So just lie there in silence. Whereas before they've been like, oh, fucking hell, I feel nausea, oh, poor me, oh, you know.
I'm still astounded over the revelation that I had that I was taught to be love, be loving, but I wasn't taught how to love myself.
Mm.
So important.
But in society, they like say if you love yourself, you're vain, and you love yourself. For sure, who loves himself, he's got a big ego.
Yeah. I used to be bullied coming home from school. Oh, she's conceited. Oh, she thinks she's smart. Oh, she thinks she cute. I'm like, I wasn't thinking all of those things. I was just being smart. I was just being cute, you know? But they made me self-conscious of it. And because of their feedback, I let my light dim down because I wasn't trying to get that kind of bullying attention.
I can resonate. Like mine was always about my weight, so I just like I'd get bullied quite a lot growing up about my weight, and so mine was just to like fade in the background and not talk, and I completely lost my voice because I used to
Mm-hmm.
think if I don't talk, if I just stay silent, people won't notice me as much. So I'll just fade into out the background and I'll get left alone. So I completely lost my authenticity. I completely lost my voice because I just wanted to fade in the background and like I wouldn't say a word to anyone. I would just be there so quiet. But now it's hard to shut me up. Mm.
So you mean not everyone acts like I do or reacts like I do? Meaning is like we can think like everyone sees it like we do, or that people should see it like we do. And like the great saboteur, self-sabotaging, yeah, patterns. It's like, oh, this inside not good enough for me. There can be layers, and I'll say, it's been 6 days that I've discovered the my accuser and accused pattern. Oh, so a deeper level into it. And it's like, so if I start to feel like I'm being accused, I go up, I go out, I go wide, I go big, I go expansive because I feel like I'm getting trapped.
Mm.
That's what being accused does for me. And that's the trigger to my anger. Was just a pattern, right? But it's like then when I saw it, put words to it, named it, wow, one word. That's not what I want. That's not what's happening, yet that is what I feel is happening. And I was unaware of it.
Mm.
Yes, that's it right there.
Yeah, no,
Mm.
this the awareness. Thank you. Sorry.
No,
Just a little
that was
bobbing face is
good.
making me laugh. Uh,
Jesse, I thought you said we don't really have a place where there's a need to say sorry here because there's no judgment, right?
Mhm.
That's a great contribution. Thank you.
And nor do I want to step on anyone who wants to say something.
Yeah,
mm.
such a big heart.
think what I'm learning is to recognize, like, I find it hard to know when someone's finished a sentence. So, yeah, I'm learning.
Yeah, it's like feeling. And what's awesome is that people want to contribute. And so it's allowing. So Ian, it's like feeling like what comes next. It's a dance.
It is. And sometimes the person is speaking your language, man. Like, yeah, that's it.
Feel the biggest thing for me, what I'm learning is actually to listen. Because I recognized, like, growing up, it was like a really toxic environment. And my way of surviving was to not listen and to zone out. So say mum and dad had an argument or I'd get bullied or something went on, I would just zone out. So like in conversations like on this call as well, like I sometimes notice myself just zoning out. But I see the root now. I see it was a coping mechanism growing up. So yeah, I'm choosing to let that go, and I'm choosing to listen and be more focused and be more present. And when I do zone, I'll just laugh at myself. Yeah.
And what I hear is you allow it to be information.
Mm.
With as little attachment to it as possible.
When you learn about structure, like, because I know it's just structural, it's not personal. So it's now I know it's structural, it's like it's not personal. If you took me out of that structure and put you into it, Jesse, you would have the same result. So it's like it's not personal, it's structural. So
Yes.
I know it's nothing personal.
I think it's such an advantage seeing structure.
Like if I hadn't have zoned out, if I hadn't have done that, like zoned out, and if I'd have not learned to not listen, then I don't know what I don't know if I would have. Well, I would have survived it, but it would have been a lot more traumatic, I feel. So it was just my structure that I needed growing up. And now I see I can choose to let it go because I'm choosing to listen. I'm choosing to actually listen to people and to focus. And I feel like as well, that's why I've manifested the hearing issues because I have been having some hearing issues and people sound like they're mumbling when I'm talking sometimes, especially like if I'm in a group. So I feel like I've manifested it unconsciously. So I have to listen a little bit closer to what people are saying. So it's actually working for me because I have to listen a little bit closer. Like even if I have to say, sorry, I didn't hear you, what did you say? Like teaching me to listen a little bit closer. So I see it as working for me now. Whereas before I would have been like, oh, victim. Oh, yeah. And if I don't want to hear people's bullshit, I can just take the earphones out and be like, da 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 da. There you go. just the ability to, what's coming, what I've been coming the past few years, the last 2 years, is to see the lessons behind things, to see why has this happened, like what's the purpose.
That's right.
And it makes it a lot easier.
That's right. Well, even I think even before that, Ian, it's like you had to sit with, what is this? What is it? Just I think Central's pause, like the pause to say, what is this?
Like, because I created also, why have I created this?
Yeah.
Because it's my creation, the good and the bad, perceived good and bad anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I first heard that concept, like you created everything that is, everything that you're experiencing, you created this. So I was like, I didn't want this mess, but I created it. And I created it because I was not taking authority of my own agency. And I was like, nobody never told me to do that. I didn't know that. I didn't know I was in control. I was always responding and cooperating with whatever was to avoid pain, to keep things nice as could be. But yet, I didn't know I was feeding the enemy. I contributed to that mess. And I have to be empathetic with myself and patient to learn the unraveling of the mess that I made, like a chain that's all knotted up, right? I'm like, and I'm just like, okay, it's a big old bunch of chains knotted up here. And now I just take pleasure at exploring and unraveling this little part and that little part. Like, oh. And there's little nuances that you learn how they work by working them. You can't just know about it. You got to actually work it. You got to actually exercise being aware that you made this mess. You can do other things to joyfully take it and create what you want. And I found it like really, really, really appalling yet insightful when I couldn't, I had, when you ask people what do they want, I didn't know I knew what I wanted on the very, very end. I didn't want the mess, but I couldn't name what I did want because I was in the mess for so long. And I started asking women, I was like, well, what do you want? And I found out they was just as jacked up too. So I had a whole workshop on what do you want? And they would start naming everything that was effed up. And so then I had to back the workshop up to name everything you don't want in your life and then go to the opposite and say, well, what do you want? And it was supposed to be a 4-hour workshop. It turned into like about an 8-hour workshop. It was a lot of work.
My never mind. It's been a lot of work, but it's so worth it. Something I would like to share that's come in about structure, like it's not that I haven't achieved anything. I have achieved things like, you know, in my life, but I haven't really achieved like the massive milestones that people would be like applaud, if that makes sense. And I know one of my things is I'm not allowed to be capable. From my mother, it's a mother wound, what I've learned, not allowed to be capable. And I sat with it and I felt it. And what came to me was I chose to have the wound of not allowed to be capable, so I wouldn't achieve what society says you need to achieve to be successful, this big successful like entrepreneur, whatever. So I could learn to love myself past what society says you need to achieve.
Mm.
My soul in this incarnation wants to experience true self-love. And to experience true self-love, I chose a body that has a condition I don't identify with anymore, like looking a little bit different, not achieving what society says you need to achieve, like all this, so I could love myself at the deepest level, so I could love myself past all of that. And it's like, whoa, it's all for self-love, so I can actually truly love myself. Because I feel like in past incarnations, I've loved myself because of my achievements or how much I've helped someone or the business I've had. Or for in this incarnation, I was like, no, I want to love myself for me. I want to love myself for my heart essence, for my soul, for who I truly am at my core. And to achieve that, I need to see myself past it all. Does that make sense? Like, so that's why I chose that wounding. And that's why I chose the wound and I'm not lovable, because feeling not lovable is like sort of forced me to come within and love myself. So it's all been for self-love, to love myself at the deepest level. And it's like, wow. So now I don't beat myself up about the achievements and stuff. It's like, I am achieving, but it's inward.
Yeah.
I'm achieving what I came here to do. It's
I
like,
have a
sorry.
I have a question, Ian. To understand, I have a question. Can you say you chose that wounding? So through it all, can you love yourself that much, that beautifully, without having to choose a wounding?
Yes. Well, actually, no, I don't think I could have, because I can just see myself with my spirit guides choosing my life plan. And if I'd have chose like the number 3, the achiever, I would have been achieving so much externally that my self-love would have been based on like how much money I'm earning or the business or how much I'm helping others. It would have been outward. My self-love would have been outwardly. Like I love myself because what I'm doing outwardly. But because I didn't choose that, I chose a different wounding. It's come from within. So yeah, I feel like that wounding had to be chose for it to be within, not without. So that's why I chose it.
Well, thank you for sharing that, because I choose, for the work that you've shared, to love myself without having to be wounded. I'm going to sit in that. And that's the benefit that we have, being able to learn off and from each other and through each other.
Like now I've learned this stuff and I've seen that I can love myself past the wounding. But to get to this place, I had to have the wounding there to get to this place. because it's all the life experiences that have made me who I am. So I had to have that wound in an early life. But now I see the wound and I can love myself past that. And now, because I see the wound in, I actually can achieve what I want to achieve. It's coming. Like I can create anything I want, baby.
Yeah, it is it. Hmm. I see it similar. It wouldn't make sense before.
And the other day I was sitting and I got the thought that I would make an amazing coach. And I was like, oh, that's never come before.
Hmm. Right? Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, allowing that in.
But then it's got to be a coaching. You need to learn to fucking listen. In a nice way. Then I was getting stuff around in a child. Like, yeah. Using my childlike energy and my to help others. And self-love as well I was getting. And it's just this feeling of I'm doing what I came here to do. It's hard to explain. It's like I can just feel it in my heart. It's like I'm doing what I came here to do.
Yeah.
I'm finding success that nourishes my own heart and soul, not what outward people, the outward world says. It's like I'm doing it. I can feel it. And the energetic, like it's like the unseen, like the energetic ripple that what I'm doing is having on the world is huge. Hmm. And this might sound a bit, but how I've been feeling is if I died tomorrow, I'd actually die happy. That's what I've been feeling like. Any other day is just a bonus, but if I died tomorrow, I'd die happy. I would be content. Happy to be alive as well, but I'm gonna head off, guys, because I was gonna stay on for an hour. I need to go shopping before the
Yeah.
close. So much love, everyone. Thank you.
Much
Love you.
love.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Love you all. Love
Great
you all.
wisdom. Thank you, Ian.
Much love.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was from the heart, so much love.
Yeah. Mhm. Thank you.
I'm thinking about what Ian said, that to live each day. The way he said what he said made me feel things to say it differently for myself. Because I used to say what the world says, live each day to the fullest. But to have the fullest, it's like he's living all of that from the eternalness of his inner being. So that if he didn't have tomorrow, that he lived the fullness of his authentic, true, loving self. He's satisfied with the way he lived love today. And if that's all, that was everything. And it's enough. No regrets. I put a picture in the chat. I come to this park a lot, and I've never come up on this porch to sit. And today I did. And that's the view.
Did you say you just put something in the chat?
Yeah, a picture. You see a picture?
I
Did
can't
I
see
send?
it. No, no.
Sindrel. I'm so bad with sending. Let me send it. Done. Send. Now it's sent.
I can see it now. Yeah.
While Ian was.
Where is it?
I'm in Fort Washington, Maryland, and this is called the Fort. And this is where they defended the East Coast against Europe trying to invade, to take over. I have a walking group that I now walk with them more virtually than anything, because we post in the chat like scenes from our walk, friends we meet along the way, and sometimes, we get to walk together. They walk at 6:45 in the morning. That's not my rhythm. And then they walk again at 8:30. Sometimes I make that one. And then some people walk at 1:30. So you just hop out here and get it in, say that you're out here, and others get motivated to come out too. But whether they come or not, it's it's a great beingness to be out here. It's so peaceful. And there's so much to discover. Like, I've seen this porch, but I've never come up to enjoy the view.
Oh, now I can see clearly. Yeah, I had to zoom in. Yeah. I didn't see the buildings, the wall and the fortress at that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can see it.
My artwork of the trees that I've shared previously, were out of this park.
Mm.
Sky, Guardian of the Grace, Leaning Lover, and Sojourn. Those three came out of this park.
Mm.
Mm. Well, thank you all for a great morning.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Syndrome.
Chi,
Thank,
Centrell, Ian,
thank you,
Pascal.
Jesse.
Mhm.
Chi.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day, both of you.
Peace and love.
Mm.
Peace and love.
Compassion.
Yeah.
Till next
Bye-bye.
time.
Till
Bye.
next time.